Greetings and salutations. This is a live stream of a live stream. But they've gotten closer than the last flotilla. They're pretty close. They're not far off the coast of Gaza. Supposedly there is a fleet of Israeli ships heading for them. So yeah, I just thought we would watch and see what's happening. I don't know what that thing is ahead of them. There's something. I don't know if that's a ship. But I just read in the news that supposedly a bunch of ships are headed for them. And when the last one got intercepted, I saw it live on Instagram. But this is a whole lot of ships. I don't know what's going to go down, so just watch. If you don't know, it's a humanitarian aid action. They're carrying things like diapers and baby formula. What they're doing is completely legal. They're close. Supposedly, there's a whole bunch of ships headed their way to intercept them. I'm curious if we'll see it live. The thing is, there's a good chance that the cameras and all their electronics will get also messed up. It looks like a boat ahead of them. Do y'all see that? There's something. Maybe it's a buoy. I don't know. I keep looking at that. I keep wondering, is that the shoreline? Is that Gaza? Is that a ship? What is that? Is it a buoy? I don't know what that is. Almost looks like a sailboat. I think the last I checked, they're approximately 20 nautical miles off the coast of Gaza. And the last news report I saw, it said something like 11 Israeli ships are headed towards them to intercept them. Various threats have been made against this humanitarian action, and these ships full of, I repeat, baby formula, diapers, food. So close. They've made it further than the last one. And there's a cat. Nato, come on. No. I know, baby. It's okay. It's okay. I'm really surprised they're this close. I'm so intrigued. Go, go, go. Like I keep thinking I see the coastline. I guess my eyes are playing tricks on me, but I keep thinking I see it. Like I keep thinking they're that close. You can Google Flotilla tracker, and there's a live tracker. You can see exactly where all the ships are. I heard Italy, I think, backed off. They were guiding them a bit, and I think Spain is still with them. This could turn into something. This could turn into a big mess if Israel acts aggressive as they did the last time. Every time a flotilla has attempted to break the siege. I think I just realized I'm dumb. I was trying to figure out what's in the water over here. I think it may be this boat. I'm a little slow sometimes. That's probably what it is, right? It's like a whole fleet of ships. There's more than this. international crew, people from all over the world, trying to break the siege. Trying to deliver dangerous, dangerous baby formula. It's very dangerous. Salam alaikum. Welcome, Vibon SHS. Let's hope they make it. I can't believe they're this close. I followed the last one, you know, and I saw live on Instagram when they got taken over, international waters, illegally kidnapped. And so I've been watching this one, and yeah, they're like I said, the last I checked, and that was like an hour ago, they were 20 nautical miles from the coast. They've made it further than the Madeline did. There are more ships. I think they have at least one. I think Spain is still with them, guiding them to. I don't know what they'll do when the stuff goes down, but this is a bigger fleet than I think has ever been attempted with a flotilla to break the siege. It's like I'm inside, I'm just go, 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 go. So close. They don't seem worried yet. You know? I keep watching the coastline to see if we're going to see this, supposedly the news reporting the fleet of Israeli ships coming at them. Honestly, I think we're more likely to see all the electronics go out. But I'm also watching like the people on the boat, like what's their reaction, and nobody seems worried yet. She's looking around, she's talking to someone. There's a guy chilling down here. He's just chilling. He's not worried. I'd be worried if a fleet of military ships was coming at me. Christ. And what happens if they make it? Because Israel occupies that coastline. Like, are they going to let them get to the coast and then grab them? I don't know what's going to happen. God, that water is beautiful, isn't it? I would love to just jump right in that water. Beautiful sky. At least for right now, they have smooth sailing. Who knows? Maybe the news reports are false. I don't know. There's been psychological terror done on them, interference with their electronics already. So who knows what's coming? If this is, forgive me if I'm wrong. I think is it 40 ships? I mean, what are they going to do? Are they going to send 40 Israeli military ships? And then what does Spain do? Salam alaikum. Give you a cat view. Cat says free Palestine. They're so close. Come on, any minute now we're gonna see the coast. Any minute now. They're gonna make it. If we all send the positive vibes, it can be. I could have sworn I read like an hour ago they could be there within the next 2 hours. But again, I also read that a fleet of ships is on the way to intercept them. I think I would be so seasick on those boats. Now see, that sounds like the radio's getting messed with. That happened last time. Like weird shit started getting played. I don't know. It could be them communicating with each other for all I know. Okay, I got another cup of coffee. Is there anybody out there? I was thinking I could share a story. I got a story about a lot of different locations in the world. And I got a story about this here. I can share while we're to see what happens. I hope they make it. So me personally, I mean, I got interested in following the news regularly. I was probably like 17, 18. Grew up with a father who was addicted to the news. He'd wake up in the morning, put the news on, and have three newspapers on his lap that he would read. So it was always around me. I was aware it was something, you should know what's going on in the world. And then later, I worked with this awesome Jewish guy who taught me so much. But he also shared with me a bit about his religion. And because we were friends, he shared some personal opinions here and there. We talked about the topic of this. And now when I say this, I'm going back to late 90s. And yeah, even back then, my Jewish friend, he shared with me it's just not right what's going on there. As many Jewish friends have shared with me. I'm just saying this because I'm an American living in Germany, and I've got a lot of Germans around me that have never met a Jewish person, and they think Israel represents. I'm getting off track. I was telling a story. Digress. Right. So I got a friend. I'm going to leave him anonymous in this story. And met him at a party, and we kept in touch through social media. Back at this time, I was still on Facebook. I am no longer. I hate Facebook. But this friend of mine was from a northern African country, let's say. And he does pretty good for himself. And I was really interested in his culture. And when I started keeping in touch with him via social media, he would post pictures. And oh my God, the beaches. Oh my God, if you've never seen a North African beach, you're not even living. Anyway, I showed interest, I showed curiosity, kept in touch, a friendship blossomed. Eventually, he invites me, he wants me to come and visit his culture. I'm curious and such. So, heck yeah, that was the first time I went to Africa. The only time, unfortunately. I would like to get back to that gigantic continent and explore a lot, but anyway, this friend invites me, and he showed me a lot. I stayed at a beautiful location, ate wonderful food, met fantastic people. And one night, over some wine, we're chit-chatting, and he shares with me something that he had recently done. Now, I repeat, at this time when I went to this North African country to see my friend and learn about his culture, this had to be, let's say, more than 10 years ago. More than 10 years ago. And anyway, this friend, his thing, he liked to do a lot of charity. And he was in a position that he could raise lots of money at fancy pants functions for a variety of charities. For example, he himself is ill with something, and he raises money for that so that other people can get good treatments and stuff. But while I was there, he was telling me, again, I repeat, this is more than 10 years ago. People that want to keep yelling about October 2 years ago. He tells me that he had done some sort of a fashion event, and he raised all kinds of money and bought all kinds of medication for a bunch of children in Gaza, specifically in hospitals. And he told me, like, I can't say I knew as much as I do now about the situation, but I followed some news headlines, but he told me this, and I just looked at him like I couldn't believe I was meeting a human being that did something that seemed so epic to me. He had raised money through an event with fashion and such. They had made the clothing with pieces of like the keffiyeh in it, and they sold them. And he told me he raised enough to get all kinds of medicine and stuff delivered to children in hospitals in Gaza, but also that they had to bribe Israel to even get it in. This is my personal friend's words, and I absolutely trust and believe this guy. And then he tells me even after he raised all this money and bought all these supplies and got the ship and arranged for the people to take it on the ship, and he paid the Israeli government for permission and then a little bit extra more just to make sure, then when they got there, they got stopped and grabbed and had to pay more bribes to get it delivered. Nonetheless, just for me, this was mind-blowing and heart-touching. My eyes teared up. I looked at him and I was like, you're a freaking hero. Oh my God, you're a hero. And he said he's not a hero. He says this is what his religion tells him to do, and it's what people should do. When they have more, they help people that have less. And I never forget that story. I wish I could do more. Sometimes just sharing and talking about it helps. And on all of the live streams, it says it's free for anybody to share, to spread awareness. So that's all I'm doing here today, people. Just sharing and spreading awareness. And like I said, I watched it go down when they took the other ship down. When Israel intercepted them, it was live streamed on, at least, until their cameras, they got made to throw their cameras in the water. I shouldn't laugh. It's just like, why? Make them throw their their phones in the water. But yeah, my point there is I saw that on live stream, and I'm really curious how this situation get handled. Supposedly there's a fleet headed towards them. They are a fleet themselves. How does this go down? And the other side of me wonders, could they still make it? Because they're not far. They made it further than the last ship. They're supposedly within 20 nautical miles of the coast. And supposedly there's a fleet of ships headed for them. I see no sign of the ships yet. Cameras keep getting a little wacky. These will probably be the first signs. The cameras will go out. We'll hear stuff come across their radio. Maybe we'll see the ships. If there's really a whole fleet of military ships going at them, which, I'm sorry, that's just a little ridiculous. These are a bunch of ships filled with aid. They are not a threat. What they're doing is absolutely legal by international law. Yo, Confucius. What does Confucius say? Elvis! Yo! We are sending good vibes and hope. I just thought I'd share for awareness what's going down, but also this is a critical point. This is a critical point, and something big could really go down here with the size of these fleets and the threats that have been made. I'm a little worried. But if you're just popping in, like I said, they're pretty darn close. I think they're within 20 nautical miles, and supposedly the news is reporting a fleet of Israeli ships is headed for them to intercept them. But they've made it further than the last flotilla. So it's good to have the eyes of the world on what's going on here. Because I repeat, what they're doing is legal. Their boats are not a threat. They're full of aid, full of baby formula. I hope they make it. We don't get many good happy endings anymore in the news, folks. Wouldn't it be nice if we got a happy ending? Just let them deliver freaking aid. Start a humanitarian corridor. That water shore is beautiful. That coast is freaking beautiful. Look at that sun slowly going down. The shades of blue. At least they got lucky with the weather. It looks gorgeous there. It's just sad us humans gotta ruin all that. Like, look at that. Look how beautiful nature is. And then there's humans that go, yeah, let's drop bombs. What the hell? We're doing everything wrong. Is everything all right? Mary, have you read the news? Have you seen what's going on in the world, Mary O'Connor? I'm just joking with you. I'm just sharing for awareness. All of the sites live streaming this say anybody can share it for awareness. They've gotten closer. The flotilla has gotten closer than the last one did. They're really not far, but supposedly a fleet of ships is being sent to intercept them. And so I thought I would, again, just share for awareness. Because I watched the interception of the last ship on Instagram. I know their cameras will get shut down, you know, but maybe at least we can see what's really going on for a few seconds. So far, nothing. I don't know. I don't know what to think of that. Like now it's over an hour ago. I read that news report where they said a fleet of Israeli military ships is on the way to intercept them. How slow are they moving? I'm confused. I'm confused. I'm almost wondering if I don't know. Was it a scare tactic? Or are they sitting off in the distance? It's strange if they said that and they're this close and we don't see anything. And also, I repeat, everybody on the boat looks calm. All of the humans I can see look calm. It sounded like the radios got messed with a few times, and it looked like a couple times the cameras went out, came back on, but that could also just be because that stuff on international waters is tricky. But from what I saw on Instagram and stuff, they've allegedly also experienced already some sabotage, drones, their equipment, their internet getting turned off. And I would suspect that there'll be more of that if the reports are true that there is a fleet of military ships heading towards them. So the last time the last ship got intercepted, it came across their radios that the army was coming in and that they were going to board their ship, and everybody came up, put vests on, and sat on the deck. And the cameras were still working when the Israeli military boarded the ship. But it really could happen at any moment, considering how close they are. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I really keep thinking we'll see that coast any minute. That can't be, right? Nobody looks concerned yet. Look at this. There's a guy literally taking a nap down here. Or maybe he's seasick. I don't know. I would be seasick. This is how my vision is on a normal day, though. Like on a boat. It's kind of like a bunch of waves. You know, some crazy threats have been made against them. Let's really hope that nothing extreme occurs here. A group of humanitarian ships with humanitarian aid workers and baby formula should not be seen as a threat by anybody. They carry no weapons. I am impressed they made it this far. They are much further than where the last one got intercepted. I'm also really surprised that we don't see drones or anything like that. Apparently they've had a few drone encounters. They've had some interference occur with the radios and such. It just surprises me. It's like in a film. Like it's too quiet. They're so close. We've come so far. There's been so many threats. It's like an eerie stillness and anticipation. Okay, a lady down here seems to be looking around, but the dude at the table with her, he doesn't seem worried. I feel like I'm more worried. Yeah, if they get intercepted, you know, there's a chance we'll see some of it on at least one of these cameras, but there is also a chance all the cameras could get messed up and shut off as well. But I repeat, during the last one, there were cameras running. All the people came up on deck, put the life vests on, and you saw the military board the ship with their weapons and shit. Is that guy cleaning? I'd be nervous. I'd be nervous just sitting on a ship for that long, that far out in the ocean. It's a little scary to me. I'd give him a lot of respect for that. This view is kind of making me nauseous. I guess the Israeli military has also said they're going to seize the ships and that they might sink some. Like they didn't directly imply they'll sink it with the people on it, but they were talking about what they'll do once they board take the humanitarian workers into custody. They said they may take possession of one or two of the ships, give them to like the military was one report I read, and another one, yeah, they were talking about just like, getting rid of it at the sea. It's just these stupid games humans play. Okay. I hear something on the radio. It could be them communicating with each other. I might be wrong. The sun should be going down soon. I think it's like 8 at night there. I don't know. Some of the one thing says it's 8:20 at night, and the other one says it's 9:20. But that could be the ships are from different locations. Maybe they just didn't switch the time zones. I'm pretty sure it's like 8 at night there. Oh no, that's not good. We can still hear him though. There it is. It came back. Okay. And yeah, this is what I'm. The last time they got intercepted, it started like that. Like what they were they live streamed everything, and just little by little, their cameras got effed with, the radios got interference, and then like the messages started coming across their radios and sirens, like, "Brrr." And it didn't take long until they were surrounded, and the military entered the ship. But then they were ordered to they all come up and they would sit on deck. And I repeat, everybody looks like they're calm and chilling. So apparently they're not seeing anything that's scaring them. That's not good. Could be an issue because they're trying to live stream from out in the ocean, but more likely is the interference is beginning because they're really freaking close. They're really close. Hmm. It's a good sign that we can hear them. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but I'm just saying, this looks like interference. I don't know, they're talking this, so it could be them talking to each other, but I hear someone communicating on the radio. And unfortunately, because I'm filming this with my cell phone, I can't check on Instagram. I'm curious if the Spanish military ship is still with them and what they would do. Like, nobody has said they would interfere. They were just kind of like guiding them. Italy turned around and went home. Italy was guiding with them too. But nobody's like, I think, clearly said, yeah, if you guys get attacked and attempted kidnapped in international waters, which is what would go on, nobody's directly said, yeah, we'll interfere and make sure you're safe, or we'll follow you and make sure you get to Gaza. They've gotten no promise of safety. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about this, folks. Sorry about that. You know who to blame. It keeps coming back. Again, it feels like a horror film. We just keep getting flashes. Come on. There we go. See, I mean, at least when the cameras come back on, me reading the body language, everybody still looks calm. They don't seem to be seeing anything scaring them yet. That doesn't mean their electronic devices aren't getting screwed with. As I've already said, the last I checked, they were within like 20 nautical miles of the coast. They entered the so-called danger zone several hours ago. Several hours ago, they passed the area where the last flotilla got intercepted in international waters. And the crew of humanitarian workers was essentially kidnapped and then released. And I just thought I would get the camera on and run it, share it. They're encouraging people to share it to keep the eyes on what's going on. This is not good. How do you have internet out in the ocean? It's way too much for my brain to figure out. It must be expensive. I remember when it was an option on a tour bus, it was quite costly. This little machine they would give us. Every time you used it, it was ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. I can't imagine. I imagine they connect to some kind of satellite network or what? That's some fancy pants expensive stuff. That's all my uneducated brain knows. And I guess if you look around on Instagram, a couple of them will be live streaming on their own profiles. A lot of people. I think one of Nelson Mandela's grandsons is on there. You got Greta Thunberg. Quite a few other people. If you consider all of the the Israeli army has been very busy. They've been very, very busy. Not just on the Gaza Strip, pretty much every country around it. If this is 40 some ships. Do they have 40 some warships? Yeah, of course they do, because America funds them. I think this is kind of a big deal, folks, and I think however this goes down could be a big deal. Oh, do I see a ship? I think if it comes back on, I saw in watching the shot here, there was something over here. I saw something over here. I'm hearing things on the radio, but I can't understand it. I think it's still just them communicating with each other. When the Israeli army approached the last flotilla, they were given very clear instructions across their radio. Told we were coming. But yeah, first they messed with everything. Their internet, the cameras. And they made them all throw their phones in the water. I don't understand that. The water shore is beautiful. Got blue. Makes me want to paint. Everybody still seems calm. There's some movement in the bottom cameras. Some people sitting around the table here. About 4 people there. This guy's still napping. I saw someone come out of there. This guy's kind of looking around. That guy's just looking out at the water. Oh, there's someone up here now. Ah, I didn't even see there's someone sitting there. Okay, so we have more people up on deck now. I was thinking they're so relaxed. I would be so nervous. I'd be puking. And if you're watching this and you don't know, the concept of a flotilla heading to Gaza is nothing new. I remember my childhood hearing about them. They just the mainstream news, you know, for reasons, doesn't talk about them. But now we're in the age of the internet where people can share information, talk about what's going on, show what's going on. I appreciate that so much more when someone just has a camera on the situation. Like I don't need the narrating like I'm doing right now. Just to see it and make up your own mind about what's going on there. There is a boat over there. Now, I don't think that's one of them. I don't know. That one looks fishy to me. There's a little something right there. Well over an hour ago that the news was saying a whole fleet of Israeli military is headed to intercept them. A fleet. I know some things about the military, but I'm not sure how many boats are in a fleet. Or what a fleet technically consists of. I think they themselves are a fleet. A fleet full of baby formula. See it? There's something over there. Now, I don't know where these boats are in correlation to each other, like who's in front or who's in back. But see, now he's looking that way too. There's something over there. I don't know if I would go stand on the hull of a ship if a military ship was coming at me. That's just me, though. Yeah, that's something. Let's see. I can show you what I see here. You look on the Huga camera. What's that is my question. That looks like a big boza, big mean bad ship of a military style. You see how it's like kind of boxy. It's moving pretty fast, too. And it appears to be coming right at him. But again, I repeat, everybody looks pretty calm. But I guess a lot of them are experienced in this, and they have a plan. They know how to handle the situation. They also have lawyers with them, which I find interesting, if that will help them in any way when this shit goes down. Yeah, I think that's a military ship. I think it looks like it's moving pretty fast. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Got 3 likes. I appreciate y'all. I think, in my opinion, that is a military ship. But again, like I said, the news reported a whole fleet was headed to intercept them. That looks like one boat to me. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm one of them, but I don't see a sail on it, and it looks boxy. It looks like a military type boat. I hope they don't get full aggressive. They have gotten aggressive in the past, like in situations like this. And they made some threats. Again, I'm looking at each of the cameras, the body language of the crew members. They all seem kind of calm right now. I think there's a guy down here, like, looking out, talking on his phone. There's still guys sitting here. Some people here sitting around a table. The guy that was napping woke up. I don't know. What is that? There's something out there. Oh, the cameras move? No, it just went out. I mean, if that is a military boat on the horizon out here, then we should hear. Oh, there was no. I think that's one of them over here. There's something big over there. If it is, you would think that soon we would hear it come across the radio that they're about to be boarded. Okay, so this one here is clearly one of them. But I don't know what that is out there. It looks different. It looks different to me. You got 3 people sitting up here right now. A couple people sitting here. Everybody's body language seems to be calm. They're so close. It would be amazing if they make it. It would be amazing. They got Boats full of baby formula. Many international doctors going into Gaza to work in hospitals, humanitarian missions, talk about getting stopped at the border and having baby formula and peanut butter taken out of their bags. They're not allowed to take that in with them when they go in. It's just, that's evil. And I repeat, these ships, this flotilla, this mission, they're all unarmed. These are unarmed humanitarians carrying food, medicines, products that people desperately need in the middle of a famine, baby formula. Okay, now I see multiple things ahead of them. I see something here. Oh, God damn it. And here. There. I don't know if that's part of the flotilla, but that wasn't there before. And at least one looks like blocky. It looks like a different form than their boats. Their boats are all sailboats, right? If they get intercepted, we're gonna hear sirens, we're gonna hear announcement, orders. And if the cameras don't go out, we'll see them getting boarded. And we'll see what happens. But this is a lot of boats. And again, I thought that Spain still had a military ship near them, but I could be wrong. I think Greece had one in their waters. Italy was fallen, but I think Italy backed off, turned around. I even read there was talk that Italy was trying to get them to stop the mission or whatever. But I don't know how much I believe in the news. But I repeat, this is big. Whatever goes down, I think it'll be historic. Because they've made it further than anyone. They're in the danger zone. Every other ship that has attempted this has been intercepted by this point. But I don't know if any other flotilla was this big. As I've already said, like this flotilla concept to Gaza is not new. Humanitarian missions have been attempted throughout the years, repeatedly. Some ending very badly. And they've already gotten threats. So this is risky. You know, it's hard to know what to believe in the news because it's got to have been almost 2 hours now that I heard the news was reporting that a whole fleet, 12 ships or something, was headed towards them. Where are they? Or is that what I see here on the horizon? I see something there. Well, I don't know. Is that them? I didn't see them before though. And it's not like the location where they are, there should be a lot of traffic in the water, you know what I mean? It's a war zone. An occupied war zone. So I wonder if that is possibly the military. I mean, these people are on sailboats. You'd think the military would have motors, they would be faster. And that one looked like it was moving fast, but now it looks like it's just kind of sitting there. Which would be very military style, you know? They get in a formation. Maybe they surround. If they're really coming with a military fleet and they're gonna board them, I mean, you would think they would surround them. They would try, but it's a lot of boats. Oh man, I wonder if anybody has a drone, if they could get drone footage of this. I can't imagine. Are they waiting for dark? that wouldn't surprise me either if the military was just waiting for dark. Another little tactic of war that has been used historically. Everybody on the boat still seems calm, so there's nothing to worry about yet. You know, the question has to be asked, these flotillas that get intercepted and taken, and I repeat, they're full of baby formula, and there's no baby formula in the Gaza Strip. What does Israel do with the baby formula that they confiscate? You know what I mean? It's not drugs. What are they doing with this big dangerous baby formula? If they really confiscate these boats, or they've talked about sinking one. There's a lot of talk. I don't know what to believe in the news, but a lot of chest puffing and talking, threats, intimidation. Baby formula. Extremely dangerous. Okay, I see someone there. I think that's one of them. That's clearly a sailboat. On the horizon there. Oh no. That's all I can report what's going on here. Every once in a while the cameras keep blinking out. That could just be international waters. But it's also something to expect if they're going to get intercepted and boarded. And I got question marks about what these big... There's something big here on the horizon. Now I see more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in my opinion, they don't look like sailboats. Supposedly the news said they're sending a fleet. I don't know. I don't know what that is ahead of them. And again, I don't know the order that these ships are sitting within each other. I have no clue. I just know they're very close. They're very close. And they are in the so-called danger zone. Kenny Loggins. I wonder what that is. There's a couple of lumps on the horizon. One there. There. Looks like possibly there. Much more in the distance. Oh. Maybe the military is waiting for them to approach the coastline. One would think that would make their job easier than doing it out in the middle of the ocean. Although on the other hand, this is a military. They're well capable of doing whatever the hell they want, as they have been. I'm just really surprised they made it this far. They've really They've gotten close. I cannot imagine days out in the middle of the ocean. That movement, that motion of the ocean. I live with that. You don't ever get used to it. But I think even creepier is what that must be like at night. And just all around you is just wide open ocean, and God knows how deep and what creatures are under there. I think they're brave. I imagine the sights they saw along the way are absolutely beautiful. And that horizon alone is gorgeous. I guess what we're staring at there ahead of them should be Gaza. I don't see what looks like a coastline to me, but I still wonder what the two lumps are I see here. And I see what looks like possibly more of it in the distance, but the sun's hitting right there. There's two, what look like to me very solid looking ships over there that weren't there before when I started the live stream. Which is why I'm suspicious that maybe it's not one of them. Possibly the fleet that is supposedly being sent to intercept them. But still, everybody on the boats looks pretty calm. Seem to be down here, the ones that were sitting around the table seem to be looking out also to the water. I'm pretty sure this is a guy just sitting here, probably on his phone or something, maybe praying, I don't know, I'm not sure. But yeah, they get intercepted. As I already said, the last time I watched it live stream, they got messages across their radio. It started like beep, beep, beeping, and then the instructions and telling them what they're doing is illegal and that they will be boarded and to prepare. But this is different because that was one boat. I don't know how many boats the Israelis came with. They came with multiple soldiers. I don't know how this is handled. They want desperately to stop this humanitarian action. And if the Spanish military is still guiding them, that makes some things tricky here. People need to be real careful because an international incident could occur. However, the last flotilla, they were taken on international waters. They had a drone drop something on international waters, and the international community didn't really react. So again, that's just why I'm sharing it. I know it's not the best quality, but I'm just one of many sharing just to spread awareness that people have eyes on what's going on. This is an international humanitarian action. I think Nelson Mandela's grandson is on there, Greta Thunberg is on there, but a lot of other people involved. Social work, humanitarian action. And they're carrying a lot of food, medicine, baby formula, things that are needed in the war zone, the famine-stricken war zone is Gaza. It is really unbelievable that they made it this far. Good for them. Like, I'm proud of them, if I may be so bold and say. This is historic, folks. There's other leaders in the world calling for action. Interesting is look up President of Colombia. I think he said he was starting a thing to collect volunteers to take a military action. All eyes need to be on the situation. I hear laughing, so they're not scared. I repeat, I would be scared. I would be scared. I guess they know what's coming. They know what they're gonna face. They're prepared. They've had meetings with people that have attempted this in the past. I'm just waiting for the first signs. I really think it's got to be soon that the radio interference and announcement something. If you're just checking in, the last I checked, they were within 20 nautical miles of the coast of Gaza. And the last news reports I saw said that an Israeli fleet, military ships, is headed towards them, but I've seen no sign of that yet. I'm suspicious about what these two little spots over ahead on the Huga camera are. But so far, reading the body language of the people on the boat, everybody seems kind of calm. But I mean, like 2 hours ago when I checked the news, it sounded like it was going to kick off in a minute. Everybody seems calm right now, and I don't see any sign of this supposed military fleet headed to intercept them. Not yet. Just saying it is pretty epic that their internet is still up. Don't see any signs of danger. They are well past where the last flotilla made it, even with multiple threats. It's pretty epic they've made it this far. And I'm really surprised just how calm everybody is, and that I don't see any threat. I still don't know what the lump is on the horizon on the camera, Yuga. I don't know if that over there is one of them, but I didn't notice that before. And I already said it looks kind of big and bulky. I think warship when I see big and bulky. It's either got to be that or one of them. Because I repeat, they are now coming into war zone territories, and it's not like there's just like leisurely traffic of boats going through there. Israel's occupying that. So I worry / wonder, is the little lumps I see on the coast there, is that the military that I read in the news a couple hours ago is supposedly coming to intercept them? I suspect if it is, we'll hear something soon. Alarms, announcement, orders. You know how the military does. Kitty. I know, buddy. It's not bedtime yet. All eyes on the flotilla. Hopefully they make amazing if they make it. Yeah, I'm still suspicious of this big, thick-looking lump here on the horizon. That boat looks big. It doesn't resemble to me like a sailboat. It looks just too big and bulky. The normal protocol is that once they start getting close, yeah, there starts enough alarms interfering with their radio, sending messages through their radio. One time they even started force playing ABBA into the flotilla's radio. Fucking weird. Simulation is so weird, folks. I don't know. What is that on the horizon? You know, they also have some like military veterans on some of these ships. I think I saw that. I could be wrong on this, but I thought I saw something that said like 2 of the ships were lawyers. I'm curious how much lawyers can really do. But at the very least, I mean, to document whatever they see, whatever occurs. It's a lot of ships. How this is going to go down, I don't know. I mean, it's a different story when it was one flotilla. This is an international entourage. I think they got 40 ships, 40-some ships. Each of them with multiple people on them. Full of aid. I don't know. It's just so I really appreciate just the live stream without a commentary from a news person. Like if I was just going, like I'm telling you, it was 2 hours ago. I opened up the news and I'm just looking for the word flotilla. I just want an update what specifically is going on. And they claimed a fleet of like 12 Israeli military ships were headed towards them. Here I am. Where are they? It is eerily calm. That ocean is eerily silent. Not even a drone. Again, with the last flotilla, it didn't even make it this far. And they had drones flying over them. Everybody on the ships was posting that live stream on Instagram. But I don't know. Off in the horizon here, I do see something big and kind of bulky. But the people on the boat, they seem kind of calm. So apparently they don't see an immediate threat or reason to freak out. I don't know. Yeah, like 2 hours ago when I opened up the news, it sounded like shit was about to go down. So I thought I'd put it on. And they were encouraging people to share just to spread awareness. But like what a difference here. We're watching actual cameras live as it's happening. Everything looks calm. And if I hadn't looked at this and I just went on what I read in the news, you would think like a whole nother war was about to happen. Giving me anxiety, the news. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's a good chance we're about to see either everything shut down or maybe we'll see some of them getting, the military boarding their ships. And hopefully nothing worse, because I repeat, these missions are not new, and some have really been met with violence. You can Google. I remember hearing about one when I was a kid. I want to say back in the 80s. Nothing is new nowadays, folks. We humans just keep doing the same stuff over and over and over again. We don't learn. The sun is setting over there. I really thought it would be dark by now, too. Okay, so I see here to the left of him is clearly one of these boats. But I repeat, up here is something big and blocky. What is that? Am I seeing the coast of Gaza? Am I seeing a possible military ship just waiting for them? I don't know. But that's the only thing I can see on any of the shots. It's got a question, because I repeat, it doesn't look like a sailboat either. It's kind of big and blocky, whatever that is over there. It looks like there's something smaller there. I don't know. Question mark. I'll have to just wait and see. I wonder if any of them have drones. I mean, I guess it would be pointless. It'd probably get taken from them or destroyed anyway. That would be useful information, for example, for future missions. But also, this is, I repeat, this is epic. The amount of boats, the amount of people, the fact that this is an international team with people like Nelson Mandela's grandson. This is international, and it's huge. What the response will be is what we have to worry about. Because baby formula is dangerous. Thanks, y'all, for being here. Don't forget to click the like. It's like I'm a little excited. As I said, I've been following this stuff. And that they've made it this far is really epic. Like, really respect for them that they've made it this freaking far. They are literally in the danger zone. They're literally Kenny Loggins right now, flying into the danger zone. They're in it. Like, possibilities of what could happen next are not good. Threats have been made. And supposedly there's a fleet headed for them, but oh, they got some waves going on there. Oh, it's making me dizzy watching it. I still wonder what there's something bulky out there. I don't think that's one of them, but I guess if it was, they would be reacting, right? Like if that was an Israeli military ship, you would think they would be reacting, and everybody still seems pretty chill. People are sitting around talking, looking at their phones. Nobody seems worried yet. And when they get intercepted, there's a whole routine. They'll all come up with vests on, sit up on the deck. Phones out. And there's a chance the cameras will get shut down. This is history. Unfortunately, it's this history that just keeps repeating itself because us humans refuse to evolve. Oh, there's some kind of weird chirping. It can't be birds. They're out in the ocean. That's a weird noise. I'm really surprised the sun is still shining. I would have thought the sun would have set by now, but what the hell do I know about the Middle Eastern sunsets? Probably nothing. It's still pretty bright there for 9 o'clock at night, no? It would not surprise me if the military is strategically waiting until nightfall. Just to make it extra scary, right? Christ. These humanitarian boats are also there, and they're not armed. They are not a threat. They are carrying no weapons. It's just like I got a feeling we're gonna see overkill in a sense, you know? Like imagine somebody showing up on your doorstep with a box of baby formula. And you greet them at the door with like several weapons in your hand and just kick them. Like what the little overkill, folks. Like this is a humanitarian aid mission, and they've made it epically far. They are so close. Carrying food, medicine, much needed supplies for women and babies. And it's completely legal what they're doing according to international law. But yeah, the news had me all nervous and scared. Israel's gonna do this. Israel's gonna do that. They've sent a whole fleet. They're gonna confiscate the boats. So I thought, okay, I mean, you can track it. The global Sumud Flotilla has a website live tracking it. So I check on there, see where they are. You know, you can look on their website and see exactly where they are at that moment. All of the boats, all the information. Just Google the global Sumud Flotilla live tracker. And then yeah, I went to the YouTube. They have, you know, they have a YouTube site with a live stream on, but there's several people sharing it just to spread awareness, so people have eyes on the situation. Because I don't know, you know, like I said, the flotilla concept is not necessarily new, but I don't know how many made it this far. I don't know how many were allowed to make it this far. And I'm really amazed that I see no signs of a threat yet. I see no signs that the crew seem worried, nervous, or looking out, for example. I'm surprised. It's epic. It's good. But it's tense. As we all know, this isn't going to end well. I mean, I don't want to curse it. I wish that, inshallah, it ends well. I mean, could the thing I see in the distance, the big, could this be coastline? It really looks big and a whole different shape than what they're scooting around in. We all just gotta think positive thoughts. Hope that there's no overreaction. And oh my god, it would be epic if they make it. If they make it, oh my god. I mean, is there a port for them to land? Do you know what I mean? Like to pull the boats up to, or are they just pulling them up into the beach if they get there? I would think the military, if the military lets them get all there, the military's probably just going to greet them there, is what I would think. And it's pretty interesting to see that they've made it this far. They are this close. They are so close. And that there's so many of them. Oh my god, I hope they make it. Again, all of the crew, from what I can see, just reading body language, everybody seems calm, seem to be doing their own thing. Nobody appears on high alert or anything like that, so that's good. You got the boats Estrella, Huga, Morgane, Wahoo, Paola 1, and Fair Lady in the bottom right corner. I don't see the thing off in the distance anymore. As I'm watching this, I'm getting notifications on my phone that the cops in Berlin are beating protesters up again. Because why wouldn't they? People protesting a genocide. What is this world we're living in, people? This simulation is fucked. There's just so much going on in the world. Like that, there doesn't appear to be any sign of danger anywhere. They're close. It's suspicious. Suspicious. Like I said, it feels like that part where you're watching like a horror film and you know something bad is gonna happen any minute, but it's eerily quiet. That we don't see any sign of this supposed military fleet that was gonna come and surround them, supposedly as being reported in the news. Strange. I mean, that could be camera interference, but again, they're on the ocean. I imagine internet can be shady out in the ocean. Like, where is everybody? They must have like a big cabin underneath these boats, like a big hangout area. Because where is everybody? I mean, we're only seeing like a corner. I guess I also have no concept of how big these boats are. I'm not gonna lie, I've never been on a boat. I mean, like, I've been on little fishing boats. Like a full-size sailboat like this, I have no idea. I guess they have like a whole like hangout area underneath, right? I imagine with beds and shit. I would not do this. I would never go on a cruise. I give them nothing but love and respect. I think they're very brave. I would be too scared out there on that ocean that long. And then, of course, the ultimate threat at the end that the military is going to greet you weapons in hand. That's kind of scary to me. Much respect to them for being brave for a good cause. There's not even, I don't even see a drone. I just can't imagine what happens. What happens if they make it, folks? Will they be allowed to dock? Will there be people there waiting for them besides military? Like could it finally happen? Could a humanitarian corridor be opened? That is the big question. As I repeat, they are getting close. And it's just strange that there doesn't appear to be a threatened sight in the way of a warship or a drone. They have long passed the point where the last ship got intercepted. That guy's hanging laundry in the upper right-hand corner, taking down his laundry. About to be taken by the military. I need my clean T-shirt. It really would be epic if they make it to the coast. It would be his work. And delivering the aid could change a lot of people's lives for the better. So far, no signs of the supposed interception that's coming up. Now see, I'm seeing it again in the Hugo camera. Off in the distance, there is something kind of big and blocky. My question is that thing that looks kind of big and blocky off in the distance, and see, I see faint possibilities of something else. Is it land? Is it the military? I don't know. You would think if it was a boat, the military boat would be headed towards them. Unless I don't know, military, they got their plan. I already said, I wouldn't be surprised they wait till nightfall. Just to have the cover nightfall, do creepy shit. Oh, camera glitched a little. But if military boats approach them, we will hear like loudspeaker announcing, essentially like when a cop pulls you over. Except this is an actual effing military fully armed. It's really epic they made it this far. They're so close, folks. They are freaking close. You can look yourself. If you Google the Global Sumud Flotilla, they have their own live tracker. I think it's 42 boats. Don't quote me on that, but it's a lot of boats with them. Full of a variety of humanitarian workers, carrying food, much needed things for babies and women, medicine. And the biggest threat, baby formula. And yeah, they've made it pretty freaking far so far. This is historic.
Turn off the autopilot there. Then switch off to the right. Yes.
I grabbed another coffee because that's exactly what I should be drinking at this hour of the night. Did I miss anything, folks? Anybody figure out what the big block is ahead of the Hugo ship off in the distance here? And I just saw a light on it. Okay, now I'm starting to really believe that that is a military ship. I don't know. This is my opinion. I am not a newscaster. But right as I pointed it, started circling it with my finger, I swear I saw like a little flash, like a light on it. But it looks like one ship, a big ship. And again, the news was reporting a whole fleet was coming out. I don't know, they're getting closer. I think I hear someone texting. Like I hear the tick, 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 tick. I can't really see the people. I think I see somebody sitting down here. I see a head there looking off. I see a head there. There's a guy hanging his laundry again. You gotta have clean laundry before the military takes you. Respect. What a fine, clean young man. Doing laundry. We've been going for 2 hours. 2 hours ago, I was worried about what I was seeing in the news. But I'm not seeing here on these live cams what I was hearing in the news. You see that? I mean, because according to the live tracker for the flotilla, as close as they are, 2 hours ago, I read that a whole fleet was at. Where is it? They're not that. Something didn't make sense. Somebody lying, just intimidating, or are they waiting for some sort of strategic plan or nightfall, for example? Should really just do the right thing and let the aid in. Anybody know how fast a sailboat moves? I didn't pay attention to that. If it was about 2 hours ago that I read they were 20 nautical miles off of the coast of Gaza. Unless I completely read wrong. I don't know how fast a sailboat moves. I don't know how fast they're moving. But I thought I also saw in the news that like they're expected, yeah, not necessarily to land, because why would international news tell us that, but to be intercepted within the very near future. And that boats will be taken, things will be confiscated. But it appears all is calm at the moment. Still a big question mark. If you look at the Hugo camera, there is something big over there in the distance. I don't know. Is that land? It looks to me like it could be a military ship. You know, military's got big things. Aircraft carriers, for example, humongous. And I'm pretty sure all these flotilla people, they're on mid to bigger sailboats. That does not look like a sailboat over there. I heard something, but it could be them communicating with each other. Respect that they made it this far, that they took this risk. This is huge. It's huge. The thing is looking bigger and bigger, but it's not moving. I don't know. Are they that close? Could this be coastline? Will we see them? I don't know. I mean, you would think if they were close to the coast, they all would come out and like be looking, right? Wouldn't you do that if you were on a boat? And you're finally, after how many days? How many days have they been at sea? They've been at sea for a while. You think everybody would come out and be like, yeah, and getting a view that they're finally reaching their goal. But again, if it's a military ship that I'm seeing here off in the corner, why is it not moving? Well, when the camera hits it over here, it looks like there's possibly one or two other ones with it, but I have no conception of how far away that really is. But I repeat, it doesn't look like no sailboat to me. But on this trip, they had other things. They had all kinds of drones fly over them. They had even American drones were flying over them. Why the hell were American drones flying over the flotilla? I don't know. Because murder. And yeah, I guess Italy that was guiding them backed off and went back, is what I heard. I don't know the status at the moment of the Spanish military ship. And I know a Greek military ship guided them a little bit through Greek waters, if what I read was correct. I don't know. None of them have said that if, for example, military action happens, that they're there to defend them. Just to be clear on that. But this is much bigger than any of the other attempts to create a humanitarian corridor to Gaza. This is big. I don't know. Could that really be land that I see? Oh, now it's all over here. Unfortunately, it's starting to get out of view of the camera. But every once in a while, the ship was like. It almost, maybe it's not a military ship. Could it be a building? Again, I'm surprised it's not dark. It's almost 10 at night. They have such long days down there. And these cameras claim to be live. They have the dates and times stamped on them. So far, smooth sailing. I don't see any drones. I see no military ships. Everybody seems calm. I suspect as they get closer and closer, the cameras, everything's gonna glitch more. I'm really surprised it's still going on. Like I said, by this time the last ship, they were already talking. They took over their radios. They were talking through it. They got on the ship, and now we don't see anything. Very strange. I think it's really amazing that we're not seeing any drones, for example. Just observing at the very least. I don't know how close they are now. Everybody still seems calm. Nobody seems worried or at attention or getting ready for anything. It's good. See, I heard the radio again. Every once in a while you hear the radio. And that's how it kicked off last with the last flotilla. Was the Israeli military took over the radio and told them turn around. We're coming onto your boat. There seems to be no sign of danger yet. No sign of drones. The new set of fleet of ships, I don't see them yet. And they're close. I don't understand how it's still so bright. Let's just take a look. Freedom Flotilla Coalition. Black and white cameras. Okay, was that last one? Was I showing this whole time something that wasn't live? So this is from the official site there. I mean, there's movement, there's people, it's just black and white cameras. And also, if you go on Instagram, you Google around, a lot of people on the ship are live streaming. And the global Sumud Flotilla has a webpage with a live tracker. I would just recommend people keep an eye on what's going on. However, I am old and disabled, and I'm getting ready to go to bed. But keep an eye on what's going on. They are very close. They've passed through the danger zone. They've made it further than the last flotilla. They're carrying humanitarian aid. I'm going to sign off for now. Thanks for everybody that popped on in. I really appreciate it. Take care of yourself.